What in your life is coming to an end? And what can you sense is starting again? Will you allow what's coming to come? Can you accept what's done is done? Breathe deep into the space all around you. Breathe in, inhaling the very first exhale that escaped your baby's body the day you were born. Breathe it in and take yourself inside of yourself. Swallow. You inside of you, you are swirling. Imagine all those pure vibrations of your being straight out of the womb. Being right now. Being in resonance with your most purest truth. And you are strong. And you are strong. And you are here to grow into you. Where are you? Have you already come around the corner? Or do you still feel yourself moving around the bend? Keep coming. But you can also just pause. And feel inward. Rise up. If you can shut your eyes, you can even rise up and see down all around you, so you know where you're going. So that you can participate fully. Trust yourself. Take all that you need from yourself, please, before you give yourself away again and again to every day, every external dimension. These great big ones, as you rise up out of the bed, taking on the energy of this physical form. Becoming dense and certain and identified. Standing up into the sensitive field of energy. That is to behold all of what it means to be in the human realm, that thin, tiny little band of humanity, dancing and vibrating, drawing in all spirit and all physical matter around it to create this beautiful swirl in Earth's zone. When you stop looking, then you will see much farther and further than your eyes thought to perceive. You can even shut your eyes, sink, roll your eyes back up and behind, look down inside of you. Look at your cells. Try to just see all of your cellular nature. Can you see your cellular nature vibrate, working, organizing, cooperating, flowing with your instructions? Decide to experience your ordinary beauty. Decide to be what you experience on the inside, and to be this experience in all of what seems to be on the outside, but it's all the same. I can see my cells. I'll share them here with you. And what you can get is hopefully just come through and drink in from the light that shapes the plasma world in front of you right now. Maybe you can help yourself by scooping it up, bringing it in and around you, massaging it into your so many good things all happen at the smallest level. This is how I know when I've done enough for right now. It's not about a day or an hour. It's just about a right now. What are the smallest things all happening? What is the frequency? Is the frequency in alignment with what is happening? Or can I preserve some of the light? Preserve it. Keep it a little bit more and just going, or do I want to shine it, shining, growing all the colors of the flowers and fruits on the tree. We are green. We are green. We are green. Green feeling, green feeling. Perhaps that's because I'm Pisces. Hello. It's July 16th, 2019. It's 1:30. And I'm completely full of light. The only thing moving is my awareness. Consciousness. The names. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the hospital where they will give me hospitality. And they're gonna put some things inside of my body. They're gonna put the cool little T-shaped device into my body so that I can generate all of my desire that I want without duplicating myself or others, without letting I feel like this is a secret because what happens when so much desire comes together is it relaxes our genetics so much to allow an opening. And a closing. A split. Another capsule in time to go forward. And what's wrong with that? I guess when it comes to the 3D, we all need a little capsule. But I'm gonna get it. My third intrauterine device. So that I don't ovulate. Because it's gonna make my own uterus a shithole, which will send messages to my ovaries that are sending the eggs, the little spaceships. Fuck, man. He's like gonna send a message to be like, don't do it! It's bad! It's hostile! It's kamikaze! You're just gonna die! And so they won't send any spaceships down to pick up any passengers. And all of the passengers that come through, you know, isn't it true that, there's only so many spaceships. But if I don't ovulate, then do I just keep them? I don't know. I wonder if Google would tell me about that. And then I wonder, like, you know, dude mans, do they only have so many passengers they can send through? Seems to be a lot of them. Plenty enough. I wonder what it's like. I wonder if a man's orgasm is like an amusement park ride for aliens or other spirit forms, right? Like, call them alien, but just any other dimensional form. Like, it's like a whoop-de slide. Or a contest. That's kind of cool. I like that. So then here I am, I find myself one of them who's made it. Hello, bird. Got birds flying in front of my eyes. My fingers can't get them out, but I'm not going to fall forward onto the ground. In my song, I sing right after that verse, I sing, what am I doing here? I'm scared, scared, scared of knowing this fear. But I'm full of light. Someday, sometime, something, someone, some you right now listening to me, this, you are, this is inside of you, I am inside. I am inside of you. I am coming from the future. to remind you of where you are in yourself. Oh, there's no worry to be had if you're going on a travel through time. If you want to skip into and through the dimensions of what you're conceiving as life, look and just open your eyes. You are all you have. Deep down inside you, it's right here. This is what is deep down inside of you. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of space for the mind to create something new. But wouldn't you look, and if you see all these things that already exist, they're here. You've got the tools already. You've got it all, you are it all. So I implore you, instead of swimming around in the space, why don't you care and carry this place that you are? Why not take life in a vase? Put it in a place where we can shine our grace, where we make some art while we're here for quite a long time. If you nestle down inside, just nestle down inside of your feathery place. When you feel really relaxed, when it's quiet, because there's something warm about the peace. There's something pure inside the stream of these frequencies. We are a dream, dreaming of a dreamer. We are a ending. When there's an ending. When there's an ending, it's like coming home. There are things that I have that pretty much are the greatest evers. It's quite extraordinary to be the source of abundance. And to flow with freedom. I remember how much I give of myself. I even gave a damn and a shit and a fuck. I gave all my light and I gave all my dark. And I gave me. All of me. All that I am. As much as I can. And I know I can. Good God, am I capable? We are all so good at giving ourselves. Giving ourselves up. And maybe we have these desires and yearnings and concerns. Concern. That we're going to lose ourselves. That we'll die. That we'll be trapped. Or miss some kind of chance or opportunity. Something. There's this sense of other. And I think that's also what tantalizes us. It inspires us and motivates us. It freaks us out of ourself. And so we go off running faster and farther into the bigger realm. Going out, spreading our hearts far and wide. Hoping and praying silently, unconsciously. Shaping our minds like a fucking rocket ship. And we'll tell ourselves absolutely everything that we need to tell ourselves stories, myths, meanings, songs. We'll use whatever words we need ourselves to hear to keep this chamber some kind of signature of love, of power, of I am. I am, damn it. I am. Of this sense of exist. I exist. We exist. And all I can see right now is that our entire universe, like all of it, is this beautiful, specific container of all of the qualities that we've given these names and essences to, these tinctures of flavors and qualities of life, of everything that even we cast between the dimensions from the lights into the things of life. Hi, birdie. And I can't help but only see right now and feel like this is just it. This is our realm, our universe that we are the universe, no more or less than that star or this galaxy or this black baggie. This universe. I can't help but perceive it as that this is just as much the souls that we produce over and over and over through our cosmology. That we also provide the souls and the spirits through which get rocket shipped through portals in our time and our space, in our multi-dimensional universe. Oops. At just the right time, at just the right angle, we also produce the frequencies that are sent into other realms, other universes, to implant and impregnate them with us, just as they impregnate this universe to produce everything, beings like me. And I really like it here. Yeah. I like it because it's simple. You know, it's really quite frank and easy. It's the dual nature of this, not even universe, but just our little planet world here. It's really easy. And easy can make it really difficult when we are, living on the edge of everything and holding everything all together, including physically. So we're not just, existentially in our minds and in our consciousness grappling with existence and life, nor is it merely an emotional whirlwind flowing and streaming, which, good God, it is, right? But not only that, it's also visceral and physical, and we've got to hold this universe together in ourselves, in this DNA capsule, where I also have an inner world, an inner sanctuary and petri dish where I am also pulsating with entire galaxies, and bridging universes between each other. Total random, but it's never random when you're on these, when all dimensions are connected, and they are. But telling you, before I even learned certain language to be able to talk about this, I remember feeling astral raped and feeling really confused and violated by it, until I realized that the only thing that I could do to, quotations, help myself and help my human self feel like, nah, this is not violent, nah, this, I am powerful, was to actually kind of just work and finesse my experience into consenting and accepting. So then moving my experience or my positioning from victim into acceptance, which granted me the freedom to also, I felt like from that state of no longer default, like it's as if my being has this default nature, shadow nature, darkness, that's just predispositioned to be a victim. And honestly, I kind of look at that as, hey, when nature is like, nature knows and universe knows we're all power, we're all capable of using our power, but we have to work at it and we have to believe it. Has to be, there's a truth and a resonance to true power and not false power. And I remember I had been working enough on my own anarchy against my my earthling playground realm here, with the beautiful tightrope dance of, and the fine line of obeying laws, but also walking a just path in honor of justice for myself, in honor of not giving up my values, my beliefs, my sense of morality, my intuition. I think at that time in my life, I didn't even really use or know the word intuition. Just wasn't real. It just wasn't even, I didn't even know what intuition, hadn't heard the word, and I am intuition. There's another bird. So yeah, for me, I feel like that practice of recognizing it's not black and white for me, that black and white makes up every shade of gray, and that I have a deep sense of connection with everything, And that I do, I like, it becomes a sexual, like, I feel it in my mouth. Like, I feel excited when I even choose to go, yeah, I own my darkness. I own my fear. I own all of these possessions. I have all the ingredients. And I can, and like any magician, I can use them. I can pull them out, and I can make sure each weapon, each gift is potent and ready and available. But that I also discern and use my many gifts and my great intelligence and my magnificent and majestic intuition to walk as far down the line in balance of justice and to myself, and in cohesion and balance and wisdom with this outer world, with the me that is a part of the society, of a bigger project than just my own physiology. And I'm also wired for this sense of community. My mind really does harness and stay cognizant of all positions most of the time. And that, in the younger years, has led to a shadow space, an unconscious and latent gift that I am now excited. Don't I show it? Look at my excitement. Really what it is I can feel this excitement. It's not showing in my face. It don't need to. This excitement, I can feel it mostly in my bottom, like literally like my seat where I'm sitting. I can feel the heat of my butt cheeks against the chair that I'm sitting on. And there is no pulling, there's no tense. That's why I know this is a true excitement and a expansion of my root chakra in a sense that I haven't felt before. It's a sense of candle wax that is slowly and perfectly being melted to go inside of a container or a vase, where it will then be allowed to take form slowly and naturally, no fastness, and it will take the form so that it can hold the beautiful wick so that the candle can be lit. That's what my ass feels like right now. It feels like my root chakra is starting to vibrate at a very subtle and very full, like there isn't a spot. It's just like this full hot plate that's not flat either. It feels like a cushion. It feels like a ball pillow that's kind of like a donut. Feels like a donut because there's kind of like in up into my kind of my hips, because my hips are almost above my ass right now with the way I'm positioned. Well, they're not, but I mean my hip bones are. But it feels like it kind of comes up into there, but then it just dips down. So that excitement, I call it excitement because it's a higher frequency. It's a warmer frequency than my root chakra really ever is. In fact, I would say my root chakra is used to being in a closed or a hard or tense signature. I like that signature. It's MO, the standard baseline for where my root chakra has been resonating, has been lower than a juicy, open, trusting thing. And I want to say that because it feels like it's softening into this expansion. It's not expanded, it's not after the fact. It's only just begun. So that is an excitement. It's a little bit. And, because I can feel, I can see myself, and I can also see areas of depletion. Areas of deprivation. That's a good one. Deprivation. And so I feel like I've crossed this threshold in my life where I'm finally with these things. Like, I got this air conditioner. I've got warm drink. Is our friend. I have worked. Fuck that shit. I haven't worked. I have played with my shadows and not quit the team. I'll put it like that. I have not worked with my shadows. I have played ball with my shadows on the same team against this whole fucking world. And whether we won or lost, I have stayed on that team, on my own team, without going back on my values. That's been the biggest test. Is can I stay on my own team, but stay my integral self? Like, I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't drink, I don't, part of the game, or part of the work is that it's like, I'm on a team, like I'm also expected to take drug tests, this is all metaphorical, right? Analogies. But there were times in the past where I would be disillusioned by my own shadow issues, and I would want to quit the team, but I guess that's kind of the truth in this that I see in the world is we can never quit our shadow. Our shadow is always there. Like, right, Peter Pan? And talk about denial. Talk about lack of responsibility. I think for me, in those years when I want to quit and not be responsible for my shadow or the team, that I'm always playing on, and I see everyone else is playing on their own shadow team, we'll distract ourselves so that we don't have to pay attention, and can kind of hopefully just like, it's like we'll even do that until there's something for us to do that has to do with other people, because then that's our excuse to be like preoccupied and be like, oh, well, I have to go work my job. Why? Because I have to have money to pay for the house to fucking hide from my own shadows that I fucking live with. And so we plug ourselves with addictions. We keep the desire. I'm getting an IUD so I can have that, so I can have that release and that joy. Because also I find that is what my privilege is, and I'm going to use that while also minding my shadows. And I recognize that my shadows have only come so far insofar as this commitment to my physical health, and my physical health also being very greatly tied to my emotional and mental health. Those two being tied to what is it that I'm doing with my time in my life. This has everything to do with what am I doing and with whom am I doing my time with? Who am I doing my earth sentence with? So for me to really get honest with myself has taken, I mean, it will continue to take, right? It's going to take my life for me to continue to get closer and closer to knowing exactly the weird person that I am, and to realize that I exactly am already built with a specific exact cookie cutter, and I am my own shape. And that for me, I'm looking against the whole world, and in the beginning, we're really trained to go ahead and look to other things to help us learn the language of identity. We lose ourselves in that, right? We forget, or we find what works, we find what works to get us to have more experiences, to unlock more. But for me, I really am finding that I just, for whatever it's worth, my personal journey has not really let me go very far. And yet, here I am. And yet, when I think about it, here I am. I have my own beautiful home. I have a job that I greatly enjoy, and it's in my passion and in my alignment. I am in a wonderful relationship. I have a great reputation. I adore my family, my bio family, my parents, my siblings. I love that I feel like I have them right here. I hold my thoughts and feelings for them here. And I also sense that part of this integrity is that, oh, well, you want to be here, you want to be there, be there, be there. And I actually don't. Because I'm also aware that I'm living in a world where if I did certain things, I wouldn't be doing other things. If I made certain choices, I wouldn't be making other choices. And to me, this is very important because of the multidimensional nature. I think it is very, very important to be realistic and to be honest about the layers and depth of what is in alignment with time, with where things are going, with the happiness and the health of others being a reflection also on my happiness and health. And so I've also chosen, to be honest about what I can do that is healthy and is not just another shadow of abuse, pushing me to do something or be someone just so I can say that I'm not what I was. Yeah. I'm in my own path right now. Certainly am. So all this is coming down to, I can feel it in my root chakra because when I look at my hopscotch board, the places for me to jump are not certain things that I hear other people saying and doing. That's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And also, I like where I'm at, with the game I'm playing with myself, because I feel like I am in harmony with being a really good parent to myself as a child self. Thinking of the child self as a sense of a sense of awareness that's not self-aware. Remember that before you were ever self-aware? You'd be becoming just naturally with no sense of self-awareness. And when there isn't that sense of self-awareness, there's just a more natural openness and like an automatic presence that is occurring. And there is not a shadow vibration. Gifts are happening, and it is the gift. Children are the gift to the world, especially as we get to see them as a pure reflection of ourselves, but also the purest aspects of ourselves, until they learn about the suffering that we endure. So I feel that inside of me, I have this wonderful appreciation for the life that I am living, that is made possible by my parents, but also by their parents and the parents that came before them. I am very grateful for this life that I am living because of me and the home that I give to myself. I'm very grateful that I spent the first 33 years of my life working on my mind and not my body. We'll see, we'll see how that fares. I didn't necessarily treat my body like shit, which is cool. I didn't let it, this is where I'm at, and I don't exercise. I drink coffee with sugar, but I don't drink alcohol, I don't take drugs, I don't smoke, I don't really put a lot of toxins in my body because I just don't crave them. But I don't think about trying to be healthy. And I think that that's actually where I'm excited, because there is this feeling inside of my root chakra that says, girlfriend, yes, we are happy, we are safe. So you have enough room to use your exertions, my work, my outward, my participation, to bring that back in to my inner world and to make some more babies inside of me. Babies being the new cells that I'm going to start growing for my 7 years. I'm going to start the cells that I'm going to give birth to now, today, right in this moment, are ones that are going to be just thriving and made with pure love, peace, serenity, and greater self-worth. That's what I did not cultivate before. Didn't have it. Didn't think I needed it. Especially children don't think they need it. They don't need it. It's only once it's been abused does then the dip go, where we learn about our self-worth by going into the shadow. And I'm ready now to bring my self-worth, pull it out of my shadow, and it's dripping with all of the learnings and experiences, and I'm ready to hold it up as a strong participant and own this bigger dimension. I'm not going to keep my self-worth in a smaller dimension. I'm going to embody it in my human dimension. This big body, this bigger organization. Honestly, I don't think of myself as an organism. I think of myself as an organization because I have many, many organisms. I mean, think of all the bacteria that I am, that are me. We are. I just had some vegetables, some organism, and I had some animals. So I've got some animals, and I've got me, my human. And now, so I'm bringing my self-worth out of that shadow and more out into the light, where even today instead of sliding through one easy, effortless, people-pleasing opportunity after another, I've been really happy with my choices, because I no longer, when I get requests, I can consider them. And instead of feeling like offended that anyone's asking for my time, I'm beginning to look at the request that I get, and I ask myself, what kind of a request is it? And I'm seeing the requests that I'm getting, and I'm seeing them all as people want me. They're not asking me for a part of me that I don't value. People are contacting me and asking me for the me that I do value. And when they do that, in the past I might have felt kind of annoyed, because I would just perceive it all as, man, people are just using me for their own benefit. But I see now, people ask me for my opinion. People ask me for the truth, my truth. People ask me about spiritual things. People ask me to spend quality time with them. People ask me to help them understand things. Usually they're of kind of like a metaphysical nature. And so, when I just look at these incoming requests, or my mom, hey, when are we going to have a chat? And I just look at that and I categorize that. I'm starting to see a change in the types of messages that I used to perceive myself receiving. And I'm seeing, who is this Sarah? Who is this Sadie? Who is Sarahmony that people are contacting? What do they want, Putting myself in their body and saying, I'm going to send her a message. It's like I'm suddenly starting to feel the me that I gave away, that I give away and give to this world. Because I kind of want to call me back while also being everywhere. And recognizing that that is the me that I've sent out that's coming back. I'm enjoying this. I'm also enjoying realizing that that still allows me to say yes or no, or not right now. And I'm finding my voice because of that. I'm finding my authentic voice, my true voice, my voice of down here and not up here in the fear zone. Because I think when I would make my decisions up here and they wouldn't go underneath my heart and down into my lower chakras, I think I would just ding, 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 and just be like, I would quantify things, and if it just felt too much, I would just shoot it out. But that almost created more laundry for me to do. And I would just feel offended. I offend myself, right? Everything I do to myself. Everything that's happening, I'm doing it to myself. So I choose now to receive, and I perceive, because I'm going to receive my perceptions, right? And I know perception's a big part of the system that I'm using to interpret and to be in this realm. It's so fucking cool. I love feeling this world. It's just so sexy. The trees are dancing with my hands right now. And so I see my power inside of me now, and not as something that I'm holding. I see and feel, these are words. These words literally are not accurate or adequate. I am. My power is present as I connect with your power. Our power is awake between us now. And I can do my part to participate harmoniously because I feel you, because I feel me. And I see you, and I don't see me. But I want to. I think that's why I record. I think, sure, that's why I record. And I know that it's because when I hear things, my hearing is how I see the most. So I enjoy quietness because then I can just send out. I don't hear this, I don't hear, but it's like I know if I know certain words are coming through and they're just not exact. They're not the truth. I don't want to send that out, and I know that through practicing clarity is coming. And I will receive the return, the ribbons of return, the boomerang of this aspect of not even my soul or yours or this or that, but it's this quality that I am the spark for, the initiator of, and to get to witness this in everything, everyone, this part of that, I don't know, call it the DNA that binds us as we emerge into our worlds. It just really feels good. I'm going to enjoy this safe beginning of being the parent that can communicate with her child, who can ask and get the answer and the information and then respond accurately. It's a good relationship. It's one where without all the additional struggle or confusion, it's like out of the shadow, then we can just simply go forward and express and be and do. And that's enough. There isn't this sense of needing to do or be more or otherwise. And the experience of having everything right now is rewarding, reassuring, and what also underpins, that's that warmth in my root chakra, is that it's just this underpinning support, knowing that my own growth, my meditation practice, my yoga practice is beginning. And it means this is just the beginning of a whole new platform, a physical platform of me putting my self-worth up into like an external expression, to give my self-worth into this world, so that as it is out here all around, that this is the kind of beauty and positivity, light, glory, wondrousness that resonates with all of your wondrousness and light, so that all these other galaxies, all these other universes, when they're having their orgasms, they might pull the sweet, juicy goodness of us and what we generate in our energy field, that we might belong everywhere. I think it's because we already do. Grateful just to be here. Just here.